So it looks like on here, we have two Torx T4s, this one and there's one right behind it. Clearly, there's no way to get at this one unless I had some sort of ratchet. And so I don't think that it's going to be that difficult necessarily. So my guess is that we probably have to pull the entire logic board out. And
well, I hope not.
My guess is we'll have to pull the entire logic board assembly out, and that will expose the screws there. So we'll try this now. The first thing that we're going to do is, rather than attempt to unscrew the heatsink fan assembly, the cage, we're going to take our trusty T5, and we're going to undo the HSF. Now this is pretty easy to do, to be honest. This isn't like taking apart a 2012 Mac Mini. That was a harrowing experience. I once added a screwdriver to a screwdriver. I once needed to add an extra hard drive to that, and it was quite difficult. So this is, a bit more straightforward. Of these 4 screws, yeah, they are all of this type. They're all T5. Let's pull this out. There we go. And now we have a ribbon cable here that simply detaches. We'll leave that like that. And so now we expose the internals. As you can see, this is a really nifty heat pipe design. So the Intel CPU is right under there, and then there are heat pipes going here. It's pretty clean. I have to give it to Apple. And so now the question is, how in the world do we get this out? So my guess is that we need to exert some kind of force on the back, but how do we do that? It's not. So, I'm gonna guess we have to unscrew it from the case. Let's see. Yeah, of course. So, duh. That's where I just unscrewed from. So let's take another Torx. This one is a T10. Oh, and that takes quite a bit of force. There we go, but we got it. Okay. These are pretty distinct. There'll be no forgetting where those came from. And there we go. Now we've detached it from the logic board. Now, okay. There are 2 ribbon cables here. So one just popped out, the other let's see. This is let's push this back in. It's got these nice little teeth, which are super awesome. Let's see. You have to hand it to Apple. I really respect the folks that
made it.
Yeah, that not only designed it, but work in these factories.
And it's really neat.
Yeah, so now we have removed the entire motherboard.
Whoa.
And so that's pretty incredible. And now this very easily exposes the innards of the logic board. Now we can simply take So overall, it's probably about a 10-minute upgrade. That's, of course, presuming this all works once I'm done with it. We simply remove this cage now. That's very interesting now. See, look at that. So now, remove the SODIMMs. There we go. So look, we've got 2 4GB modules. Right, those are Apple OEM. Probably put them on eBay or something. Now I'm going to replace these with a matched set of 16 gig SODIMMs, that I got on Newegg. Significantly cheaper than, oh, thanks, bud. Significantly cheaper than Apple. Had I known it was going to be this involved, I might have opted for the factory enhancement, the factory installation. But this is pretty. This actually isn't so bad, and I figured my buddy and I here, this is my son Brandon, we both figured that we would make a video to prevent other people from having to
Take their thing to Apple and spending like $1 million.
That's right, bud. Yep, spending $1 million. This is a pretty neat mechanism. I've never seen this kind of like rubbery. I also haven't taken apart a machine for a while.
I feel like the last time you built a computer was the time that you got that monitor, whatever. Remember when we built that together?
Yep.
I feel like that was the last time we ever built a monitor and set one up.
Let's see what we got here. So I'm just going to confirm that these are the exact same type. These are DDR4 SODIMMs. They are, yeah, basically they
Is this the one from Apple?
That's the one from Apple. Yeah, these are the same. Yep, these are definitely the same. So let's. Whoa. Yeah, we're going to be really lucky if that works. It just fell on the carpet. Yep, no static discharge here. Okay, those are in now. No problem. So now comes the task of putting it all back together, right? So we're going to put the cage back on.
And then we have to screw it as we go.
Yep. So now let's get this back together. This should be a very straightforward task to get back together. Where did it go?
Oh, it sounds like in there.
Yep. Okay, so that is essentially, I mean, we don't have to keep the video on for the reassembly, but that is essentially how to install memory in a brand new 2018 Mac Mini. If you like this video, click follow, because hopefully we'll have more. Thanks a lot.